No, I wouldn't say it has failed me. Compared to private schools, a lot more opportunities are seem to be available in public school, and you get a more a more cultural difference in public school.
Not me personally, because I want to better myself and I want to have a bright future and a career. So I push myself, and no, I don't really think it's
Most
failed me.
times, when you're getting your education, it's really up to you to do what you can with your own education. So you can't necessarily blame public school systems. But there are things that public school systems have failed to give students, as in the proper tools they need to success in college, I believe, just due to the fact that in certain states, like Virginia itself, there's a lot of teaching to the test instead of teaching what we really need to know in order to go on to university and excel in those courses. You have so many people taking repetitive math or taking like remedial math just because they didn't get the right information when they were in high
Yes, I
school.
do feel like the public school system has failed me because I was not prepared for the world outside of high school, and nor was I prepared for college. I feel like I wasn't prepared for college because they didn't provide me with any classes to help me with the ACT testing, the SAT testing, and when I got to college, I had to take a lot of remedial courses.
I think probably discipline, and I know in my school particularly, we have like a really bad problem with weed. So like you always smell that in the hallways. And I mean, like, I'm not saying, like, I mean, probably in other schools too, you smell that, but it seems like they should have more of a
I
handle.
feel like they don't do enough. They only do just to get by. They only give classes so where you only taking these classes just so you can
There's so much
graduate.
violence and situations that don't need to be in a school building that end up happening in a school building, and it doesn't necessarily make the safest or most conducive area for learning and for have kids to go to have fun, as well as take their education
Also
seriously.
with discipline, it seems like some teachers can't really don't have a handle on their children, and it's not like I should be like the type of person to judge because I'm not a teacher, so I'm not particularly sure like about what they have to go through in order to deal with crazy kids every day. But it seems like there should be something set up, or like certain teachers do it well, but it seems like there should be something set up to like assess the child, and maybe not have them in the classroom, maybe have them in a different classroom, but to still keep them in a learning
One of the
environment.
biggest issues that are in public schools now is lack of technology, lack of funding, lack of parental support, lack of community support, and lack of teachers that can relate to students that are coming from inner
Money is
cities.
spent on the wrong thing. You see, we're cutting teachers, but not cutting funding towards things that could be cut back, like security matters, overt security, like the new systems and where you can check for a rapist. I mean, it's helpful, but right now when we're cutting off teachers who have direct contact with students, it doesn't make much sense to necessarily spend that money for it.
I know in second and third grade, I had a really good teacher, and she kind of has been my role model. Um, but now not so
I have
much.
plenty of teachers, mostly females, who have given me an opportunity to see what being a woman and actually being an intelligent and educated young woman, how important it is and what it is to be those types of people. Um, Knowing that they get paid as little as they do, but do so much school and stay long hours in order to help teach kids and to help make that experience in public school better than what it is. There are only such few teachers in this world, and I've happened to have a lot of them, so I'm quite thankful for that. That just shows their integrity and their will to help students, because a lot of people nowadays with this economy, they're in it for the money. But I feel like if you're still a teacher nowadays and having the fact that trying to get rid of tenure and cutbacks, I mean, you have to be a remarkable
I have
person.
one teacher, my English teacher. She's just just this year she's been a great impact on my life because she's the type of teacher where she cares about what we're going to do in the future, and that's a trait that I like about her.
The main thing which I've done within my community to help students have a voice is that I became a teacher myself. There were several things that I felt that wasn't provided for me when I was in school, so I became a teacher so I can provide those things for students that are in school now. I work in an inner city school because I come from an inner city myself, so I'm able to relate to those students that come from inner city, being that I teach within a public school setting. Just because you can pass a test does not mean that you can teach in a classroom, because if you cannot relate and reach out to that student, you're getting nowhere with that child.
With certain kids at my school, sometimes they come to me and they ask like certain things, like, why does the teacher not like me, or some things like that, and sometimes I just try to give them advice on how to handle things differently instead of in a negative way. Like, instead of talking back to the teacher and you getting in trouble and that disrupting the classroom, maybe you should just do something else, or if it's a different type of problem, because a lot of times it's not necessarily a problem with the teacher, it's a problem with something at home or like something in school that's wrong with them, and really they just kind of need someone to talk to. So at school, I know sometimes I feel like I'm served as that type of person.
Talking to the school board, actually getting my, message across. There were times when my dual enrollment program was in danger of being cut, and it's up to the students as well as the parents to actually voice their opinion in order for things to be changed, because in the end of the day, it's our taxes that are funding these schools and these programs that are so detrimental to the knowledge of children. And I know that's when me and my colleagues or classmates were very, adamant about, because we believe our program is one of the best programs out there in order to prepare students for college, as well as giving them, an extra leg up.
Well, I plan to go to college and to study child psychology, and minor in dance, and also try to become a dance therapist.
I plan to attend a 4-year college and major in pharmacy in hopes of becoming a pharmacist.
My plans for the future: college, law school, getting internships at broadcast stations, maybe one day starring on a network with my own show, maybe even one day owning a station, which is the big goal, is owning my own broadcast station.
Not quite. I feel like I can get prepared. I have to prepare myself now anyways, because I'm going into that real world, but I think it'll come with time.
I feel like I'm prepared for college. I've been afforded, unlike a lot of other people, opportunities in order to prepare for college. I'm a dual enrollment student, so I feel like I have had a sufficient amount of preparation that I need to go on to university.
I just think more motivation, because a lot of kids don't have any motivation. Like, I know sometimes I don't have any motivation at all, but I don't know, just something to get us as kids motivated.
Students as well as teachers need to be on the same track. They need to know what they need to do. They need to do more than just get by. They need to know what they have to do to better themselves in the force that they want to go to, whether it's school or military or a trade. They need to know what they need to do to better themselves in that field.
A quality education for students. We need to have more parental support. That's one. And then we need to have an open relationship with our students to find out what's going on with that child. We want our students to be well-rounded, not just knowing everything that's going on within the classroom, but you have to prepare them for life outside of the classroom.